A story of dogs. Now, here is your host, Walt Disney.
Our first dog star was Pluto. A lot of you probably remember Pluto, and right now I want you to meet the stars of our latest dog picture. Lady and the Tramp. Now, Lady and the Tramp has really been a fun picture to make. I remember another picture as being fun to make. That was Dumbo. Now, Lady and the Tramp has that same quality. It was an original story to start with, and as we made the picture and got to know the characters, we kept getting new ideas. And we had the full leeway to expand them because there wasn't any set storyline. Now, that's what I mean by this being a fun picture. Now, we've had a lot of requests from people who want to know how we put our pictures together. So for this part of the program, I want to give you an idea of how we went about making Lady and the Tramp. Well, first, we must find our stars. And being a dog picture, we naturally looked at a lot of dogs. And they were a mighty appealing bunch. Almost any of them had what it takes to be a star. But we finally decided that this little charmer was the perfect choice for Lady. And that this fellow was far and away our best bet to play the Tramp. Now we have to get a story for them. Now at our studio, we don't write our stories, we draw them. Now this particular story unit is made up of Joe Rinaldi, Joe's an idea and sketch man, and Ed Penner, writer and director of the story unit.
In making a full-length cartoon feature in CinemaScope, it takes perhaps 50 of these storyboards and thousands of sketches. Here we have a condensed version of the story that we put together especially for this show. Lady and the Tramp is a sort of a dog's eye view of life. Dog meets dog, dog loses dog, and of course dog gets dog. As the title indicates, our principles come from widely separated walks of life. Lady, who lives in a better section of town, is a refined young Cocker Spaniel who takes her household duties quite seriously, for she's been coached in all the niceties of canine etiquette by her two neighbors, Jock, an elderly Scotty who's rather inclined to judge other dogs by the length of their pedigrees, and an aging bloodhound named Trusty, who unfortunately is losing his sense of smell. Across the tracks, far from the Kennel Club set, lives the Tramp. He's an all-American dog, a mongrel, and a rugged individualist, for he wears no man's collar. As the Tramp puts it, when you're footloose and collar-free, you get nothing but the best. It's a new baby that brings these two together, for when the baby arrives, Aunt Sarah moves in, bag and baggage. The baggage being two Siamese cats with a talent for getting into mischief and getting Lady blamed for it. When Aunt Sarah slaps a muzzle on her, Lady becomes panic-stricken, bolts down the street, with every stray in the neighborhood yapping at her heels. Luckily, our hero sees the lady in distress and comes to her rescue. The Tramp talks a beaver into removing the muzzle, and then takes Lady for a night on the town to show her a dog's life can be fun. There's dinner at Tony's, an old friend of the Tramp's, a stroll through the park, and then, just for laughs, a little chicken chasing, which results in our Park Avenue debutante landing in the dog pound with an assortment of unsavory characters. Lady is brought home in disgrace. And now the villain enters, a rat who has always wanted to get into the house. Lady's helpless to stop him, and he enters the nursery window. The Tramp, who is coming over to apologize, arrives just in time to rush in and take care of him. Aunt Sarah, of course, misunderstands, and accusing the Tramp of attacking the baby, she sends for the dog catcher. But Jock and Trusty discover the truth and manage to intercept the wagon before it reaches the pound. So the Tramp is saved, and as our story ends, we find our hero a reformed character, a family man, complete with collar and license.